numbers correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Diamador Lenore.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
And a nice pick up there. It gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Niners are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gould able to tack on the extra point. And it's now 21-0.
Giants nothing. Robbie Gould kicking off for San Francisco.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And this one will be down by a member of the kicking team at about the 40-yard line.
At their own 40-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Nothing, our score after 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Wishnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They keep it with Barkley on first down. They'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Jones. Flush to his right. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 53 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack, and I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one, but occasionally the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly, maybe someone tipped it off, but on that play, it had no chance.
And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. A little risky there when you roll out of that pocket right like he did. You complete the pass, but you don't get anything out of it.
But how many times have we seen when a quarterback exits out of the pocket, doesn't matter whether they go left or right, the defense loses its leverage, right? There's a little chaos back there, and receivers come open. Great discipline on that play. They didn't let that happen and held it to no gain.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 15-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try waiting to the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down. Jones. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Kenny Galladay on the touchdown throw from Daniel Jones. And the Giants get a bit closer. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They've had a very solid first half, and as we near the end of that first half, they're just looking for a little more on top of their lead right now.
And when you put together a game plan on offense, you put together what you think is going to be the best possible scenario, right? Hey, we're going to score. These are the plays that are going to do it. But you also put together your counters, meaning after they make adjustments to what you're doing, what do we have to go to next?
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Exactly. So I can't wait to see if we come out of the half, how they're going to go about doing things. Do you just keep running what you ran before, or do you go to your counters expecting those adjustments to happen?
Before that, we'll see the end here of this first half.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Jones. He's got Bellinger, and he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
There's Jones from the gun on 3rd down. Another pass complete to Bellinger. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 1st down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Back to throw again. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. To try again after the sack. Jones under pressure. They got him again. Jones, a final shot before break. And they get Jones for the 3rd time in this ball game. Picked off by Fred Warner, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Takes it at the 7. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Here we go.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? It looks like they're ready to go.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Garoppolo to throw. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
36 yards on the play. Christian McCaffrey, the complete package. He's got the power, the hands, the agility, and he certainly also has the speed as evidenced there. Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage. And
he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Elijah Mitchell taking it in from 4 yards out. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, wherever he is on the field, he is certainly slippery with a football in his hands, and he proved it right there.
And normally moves like that aren't supposed to work this deep in the red zone because there's not enough space. Normally way more effective when you're working out in the open field. But here, incredible shiftiness, excellent contact balance, and he works his way into the end zone.
Robbie Gould to kick off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hold now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Diamador Lenore. And the Niners are going to... of the football.
At the 42-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. McCaffrey running up the middle. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the 3rd quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances, so they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone. They'll try to run with Mitchell. And across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Elijah Mitchell with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the 49ers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Gold with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Nowhere to get away, and down he goes. Taylor is sacked. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Here's Jamie Gillen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
106 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And this is caught, Jennings. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Juwan Jennings, 39 yards. And the Niners start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Dre Greenlaw in there on the tackle. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
From midfield now, here's Taylor. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Taylor now off the bootleg. On the move to his left. That's caught by Galladay. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Gano for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. Touchdown here to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
The Niners take over first down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. They'll need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Hey, alert! 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 21!
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On first down, it's Taylor. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
On second down, Taylor's throw incomplete. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he'll be out of bounds well short of the goal line, so the attempt at the fake extra point unsuccessful. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them.